Labukan, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Go to Fit at $75. Sponsors Bryden and Miners Limited, Knights Auto, Sandals, GBN, Republic Bank, Trios Auto, Co-op Bank, and Huggins. It's Rivals by Francis Urias Peters. Don't you miss it.
You better come back, boy. You better come back.
Project Music presents Rhythms of Spice. Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Featuring student performances Alpha One, Cool Jazz Band, Co-op Band Comancheros, Lion Pride Percussions. Project Music with Tira Etienne, Shireen Brizan, Jeremy Hector, Javon Andrew, and Sonika McKee. With special guests, Hickson from St. Lucia. Get your tickets $60 on sale at Grenadian Optical, Art and Soul, Gittins Pharmacy, Grenville, and Go to Fed. More at the door. Children 12 and under free. Rhythms of Spice, Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Sponsors Co-op Bank, Renwick & Thompson, Hubbard's, Baron Foods, Inter-Caribbean, True Blueberry Resort, Acado Grenada, Gabriel's Rentals, Andrews Construction, Supreme Sounds, DJ Danny, GBN, Boss FM, and Real FM. Absolutely no vending.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Good evening, sports fans. Decathlete Lyndon Victor is poised to make a long-awaited return to action this weekend at the globally acclaimed Hypo meeting in Austria. The two-day meet, taking place May 31st to June 1st, will be Victor's first outing since his historic bronze medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The meet forms part of the World Athletics Combined Events Tour and remains a magnet for the world's top multi-event athletes. Victor, the Commonwealth Games champion and national record holder, will be the lone representative from the English-speaking Caribbean in the men's decathlon, carrying regional hopes on his shoulders. Known for his power, technical range, and competitive grit, he enters the competition as one of the most consistent and dangerous contenders on the international circuit. The field, as always, is stacked. Victor will face elite rivals, including Damian Warner, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic champion, and Pierce LePage, the 2023 world champion, both of Canada. The Hypo meeting, Gutes, is celebrated not just for its competitive prestige, but also for its athlete-focused structure. Organizers have rolled out substantial bonus incentives for prize money, rewarding the top 12 finishers in each event. Athletes who exceed 8,200 points in the decathlon or 6,250 in the heptathlon will receive tiered bonuses based on their performance and adding further motivation. Additional bonuses are on offer for record-breaking performances, including world, European, and meet records, raising the stakes in an already high-pressure environment. With a personal best of 8,756 points, Victor ranks among the sport's elite and will be aiming to kickstart his 2025 season with a strong performance, setting the tone ahead of the World Athletics Championships later this year. Meanwhile, javelin star and Olympic bronze medalist Anderson Peters is set to use Saturday's Kip Keino Classic, a World Athletics Continental Tour gold meet, as the perfect launch pad for the World Championship glory in Tokyo later this year. Peters headlines a stacked men's javelin lineup in Nairobi, which includes Kenya's very own spear-throwing legend, Julius Yego, the 2015 world champion and 2016 Olympic silver medalist, as well as 2016 Olympic champion Thomas Roller of Germany. Touching down in Nairobi early Monday morning, the two-time world champion exuded confidence, saying he's fired up to use the Kip Keino Classic to sharpen his edge for the long season. Peters launched his 2025 campaign in March at the Grenada Championships, claiming top honors with a modest 74.90 meter throw. He threw a solid 85.64 meters to claim third in the men's javelin at the Doha Diamond League on the 16th of May. Football fans have a lot to look forward to during the month of June. This as the Spice Boys continue their preparation for two major upcoming international matches, FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Homeboys will play Bahamas at the Cranny James Athletic Stadium on June the 4th, with the match against St. Kitts set for the 10th. As a build-up to those matches, a warm-up match has been scheduled for this weekend. The team has been in preparation for the past 3 months.
Win that game on June 4th, and the game on June 10th against St. Kitts in St. Kitts, we also do need to win that game. So it's two must-win games. So with that friendly coming up would definitely aid with preparations, getting the guys where they need to, helping the coaching staff see the improvement in the work that they have been putting in getting the guys ready, and hopefully we can definitely come out with that victory. The game on Saturday again, and I would urge that, the Grenadians come out. It's a love. Just come out, show support, let the guys see that, you have their backs. Once they see that, once they feel that, they would perform. And that's all we ask. And, Saturday, next week, Wednesday, which is June 4th, we just look forward to the support. And going forward, we look forward to that continued support. And eventually, we will get the results we want.
Meanwhile, 5 matches were played over the weekend, signaling the start of the 2025 Premier League season. Teams coordinator Shamar Mark describes the new season as an exciting one.
some of the results, it was a bit surprising. For instance, with Queen's Park Rangers against Shamrock, no one would have expected that Queen's Park would have, lost that game. But, hats off to Shamrock. They came out victorious. It was a 2-0 match. And outside of Shamrock, we have the newly promoted St. David's FC, who would have, got promoted into the Premier League. Their first game, they started off with a loss. Unfortunate to them, but hats off to St. John Sports. There was a better team on that day, and football can be like that. It's all about the day. It's all about the moment. It's all about the hunger. Who wants it more? And St. John Sports, Shamrock would have shown that. I think the other results with the Hurricane versus Hard Rock, most people would have expected Hurricane to become or be the victorious team. Come on FC, they won their game 4-0, and it was a nice weekend, interesting weekend. We expect the season to be also interesting. These guys playing as though like, hey, there is no tomorrow. We always expect that, because when guys play like that, in terms of competition level and competitiveness itself, we could get to see that. And I think with this season you could definitely get to see that, because there will be some interesting games. The teams that's already there, they have interesting players as well. And we look forward to nothing less.
And that's what's happening in the world of sports. Now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Barbados and its regional neighbors will benefit significantly from the Caribbean Regional Logistics Hub and Center of Excellence, strategically located at the Grantley Adams International Airport. That's according to Barbados Minister of Home Affairs and Information, Wilfred Abrahams, who says the country is pleased to host the new hub, which he describes as a game changer in the region's emergency response mechanism.
As the Minister for Home Affairs, I approach the hurricane season with some degree of trepidation, because we can't control what happens. I hope that nothing happens for Barbados, but in the event that it does, we have within our own country the ability to store large amounts of relief supplies. I'm not just talking foodstuffs, I'm talking generators, I'm talking big bulky items that we actually have nowhere else to store them. And it doesn't just affect us because of our geographical location, and that's why we were chosen. Because of our geographical location, anything affecting the rest of the Caribbean has to pass Barbados first. So a hurricane is going to come our direction and then drift westerly. So relief supplies can follow the event. Right?
Minister Abrahams says he's relieved the hub is based in Barbados.
It is a massive undertaking. I want to thank all those who are involved. I want to thank the World Food Program, the government of Canada, the government of the US, SEDEMA, the UN, the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. I want to thank all who were involved for what it took to see this from conception to completion. The structure is up, the building is secure, it is ready, right? We now just have to fill it. But once filled and it serves its purpose, Barbados can only benefit, as can the rest of the Caribbean.
U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has ordered U.S. embassies around the world to stop scheduling appointments for student visas as it prepares to expand social media vetting of such applicants. An official memo said social media vetting would be stepped up for students and foreign exchange visas, which would have significant implications for embassies and consulates. Responding to the move, China called on the U.S. to protect international students.
Well, this has come from the State Department, and they haven't really fleshed out in much detail exactly what they want to do here or indeed achieve, but they've sent out a message to the embassies and consulates around the world ordering this pause on new interviews for students overseas who want to seek a visa to come to the United States. And this is in preparation, they say, for these enhanced social media screenings. And what they're not saying is, for example, what could flag up a problem with a particular applicant in terms of their social media posts. It looks like US officials will be going through, in past history, the social media postings of potential students. So we don't know specifically what they're looking for, although we know it is in the areas of, well, potential, let's say, at its very worst, those people who support terrorist organizations. But what is of real concern to many students, both overseas and many in academia here, is that students will be screened for their political views. And this, of course, comes with the backdrop of many protests on US campuses over the Gaza war.
Panama is facing increasing pressure to build more reservoirs to ensure there is enough water for both the smooth operation of the Panama Canal and for the population's drinking needs. Recurring droughts have disrupted traffic along the canal, one of the world's most crucial trade routes, causing long and expensive delays in the passage of vessels between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
An aquatic protest march down Panama's Indio River, carried out by farmers who live along part of the river basin that's due to be flooded for a new reservoir. We went to see the families that will be impacted for ourselves. 87-year-old Oligario Hernandez is one of the founders of this community.
All I have is a slingshot to defend myself. I have my house, my land, my animals, and I'm not leaving here unless God calls me to join him.
All this farmland will be turned into a giant reservoir needed to counter water shortages along the Panama Canal because of recurring droughts. At least 2,000 people live along the Rio Indio River, and the families here are very, very numerous. They say that even if the government offers them a lot of money, which it hasn't yet, that wouldn't be enough, because what's at stake here is their way of life. Life here is peaceful, and while there are no luxuries, people say no one goes hungry. Yesenia del Carmen Castillo shows us the fruits and vegetables she grows to feed her family.
They say they'll relocate us, but to where? The land along the river basin is already owned, so it's a lie that we'll be able to live the same elsewhere.
The Panama Canal Authority is responsible for relocating and compensating those who will be displaced. Karina Vergara is in charge of coordinating and says the Canal Authority will buy other farmland in the area.
The international norm that we follow guarantees that if you have 5 hectares of land, you'll get 5 hectares. If you had a house, a new one will be built for you, and we will accompany and subsidize the process of re-establishing yourself.
Many still question the reservoir project altogether.
There's a better alternative, to pipe the water into Lake Gatun from the Bayano River.
But the Canal Authority says piping water from more than 100 kilometers away would displace even more people and cost a fortune. The plan is to convince the farmers that leaving where they've lived for 3 generations won't mean that they'll be worse off. But that would require overcoming their deep-rooted suspicion and distrust before all of this is covered by water. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Rio Indio, Panama.
That's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Now for a recap of the night's top headlines. 2 lives lost in fatal accident. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's comments sparked social media frenzy over playing jab. Opposition leader Emmeline Pierre questions disciplinary action against a police officer, while regionally, Caribbean to benefit from regional logistics hub and center of excellence in Barbados. Internationally, U.S. halts student visa appointments and plans more social media vetting. And in sports, Grenada gets ready for World Cup qualifiers. Warm-up match set for the weekend. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow night.